Well, good morning folks, and welcome to today's adventure. This promises to be a wild and windy old affair, this one. I was up early doors this morning and set the alarm clock super early, jumped in the car, borders are open now, so I'm up just outside of Moffat, and I've got 4 corbets which I want to climb today. Weather forecast doesn't appear to be what it was supposed to be, but luckily I brought all the winter gear with us as well. So I should be all right. I've got about I think it's about a 7.5 mile circular route, taking in 4 corbets, the biggest of which is White Coomb. But first of all, it's going to be a case of having a look at this fantastic waterfall, which is Grey Mare's Tail, and it's known as the Roaring Linn. And I guess that will probably mean more today than most days, because it is wild out there. So I'm already togged up. I've got all the gear on. It's just a case of building the motivation to get out of this nice warm car. I've got the heated seats on. This is going to be a killer. I shouldn't have bothered. But I'm looking forward to it nonetheless. So I shall bring you along with the journey, and hopefully we're going to see some wildlife as well. Apparently a lot of wild goats, and this is a protected habitat up here as well. I think it's one of the top 8 places in Europe for rare species of plants as well. So, with no further ado, let's head out into the freezing cold conditions. Well, after a relatively short yet steep climb, we're up at a little bit of a viewpoint here. We've made a little bit of height here, and you can see Grey Mare's Tail just in the background. It's one of the biggest natural valley drop waterfalls that there is in the UK, I believe. I think it's in the top 5. It's a 200-foot drop, and it is pretty spectacular. I don't think there's been much rainfall. I can imagine when Skeen Loch, which feeds the waterfall, is full, if there's been a lot of rainfall, I can imagine that being unbelievably dramatic. But it's been a fantastic hike so far. Haven't gone very far, but it's up through the Moffat Valley, which you can see here. It's a glacial valley, carved out by the glaciers back in the Ice Age. And there we've got Grey Mare's Tail there, and the path just heads straight up here. As you can see, it looks like I've possibly got a little bit better weather than first thought. My hat's off anyway, and I can even see some blue sky. The clouds are moving pretty quick, mind, I must admit, but we're just starting to build a little bit of altitude now. So I'm just going to take on a bit of water, and we'll make a little bit more headway up the hill. Well, we've made it up over the brow of Grey Mare's Tail there. Quite a steep, relatively short but quite a steep ascent, but beautiful scenery, really good. So the path just evens out a little bit now, as you can see. So you can see the 3 main objectives. There's actually 4 hills I'm doing today, but the 3 main ones. So the first one over to my far right there is Loch Head. These are all 800 metres. These are corbets, which, as a reminder, is a Scottish hill or mountain, which is in between 2,500 to 3,000 foot. And of course we must have a 500-foot drop in between as well. So all of these do qualify. So we've got Loch Head on the far right. The middle one is Firthy Rig, and as we come round, if you can see, there's that big one there in the background there. That's White Coomb, and then we'll just follow the path back down, joining this main path, and head back down past Grey Mare's Tail, and then back down to the car. So it's a good 7.5 mile circular. The weather's not too bad actually as we stand here at the minute. However, it does look a little bit bleak up there, and when you're up at 2,700 foot a set, ascent up in the Moffat Hills, the weather could turn in quite nasty. So I've come prepared as always, and I'm just going to take on a little bit of water. Grab a litre or so from the stream here, and we'll head off on my way. So I'll bring you along. Well, not too far a walk and you end up at Loch Skeen, which is where we are now. This is actually the highest body of water, the highest loch, and these particular hills anyway, in the Moffat Hills and the southern uplands as they're known. And this obviously feeds grey mare's tail down there, so we'll get a little bit of a better look now of the mountains which we're going to be climbing here. First one, second one, and then of course Coomb, which is the final one over the top there. So we're in for a treat, and actually the weather looks like it's just picked up a little bit as well. So that's what we've got in store for us here. I'm gonna try and make some good headway while the weather's quite good, because when you get up onto the top, if the weather starts to come in, it starts to change the game altogether. I have got all the gear, but it's just better in good weather. So I'll bring you back when I'm on the top. Well, that was quite a wintry old scenario there for 10 minutes, coming up there. By God, it was cold. The wind was blowing in my face, and it was quite a steep pull up to the summit of Loch Craighead. So I've just come off the top. I've just done a time lapse or motion lapse, looking over Loch Skeen. Views, thankfully, this was thick of cloud, but when I got up to the summit, the views have opened up, as you can see they have at the minute. And I'm just coming down off Loch Craighead now, and I'm down making a 500-foot descent before making it up the next one, and then we're going to head straight across to Coomb, which is the final objective of today, and then we'll make a descent back down to the car. But yeah, just over 800 metres, 2,700 foot. I wasn't expecting snow at all, I must admit. That definitely wasn't on the forecast. But nice and calm now. I'm off the summit. The wind's calmed right down. We'll just make our way down this descent before we're starting on another steep slog up the next one here. So I think I'll stop at the bottom, have some iron brew, and make my way up the next one. that wasn't half blowy up at the top there, at the top of White Coomb. 2,700 and odd foot. It was absolutely blowing a gale. It was freezing cold. I've had all 4 seasons in one day today, including snow. Absolutely cracking. So I'm just on me. It's a steep descent, as you can see. Path here on the way down. So I'm just taking it easy, and I've just managed to get myself into a little alcove here where it's just not quite so windy. So I'm about probably halfway down now. I've got some still got some beautiful views over Loch Skeen just over here, and I'm just about to get down onto the last stretch. It's still quite steep, and get across the burn, and then go back down the main path down past Great Mare's Tail, the big waterfall, and then back down to the car. And I've got the burner with us as well. There's going to be a much needed cup of coffee after this one. It's been I've been windswept and cold and probably not totally prepared for the weather, in fairness. So it just goes to show, top tip, come prepared for all kinds of weather when you come hiking in Scotland, that's for sure. So I'm just going to hang on for a couple of minutes and just soak up this absolutely stunning scenery. Views from the top, you can even see the Solway Firth. Absolutely stunning, all the surrounding peaks and hills, and you can see different weather fronts coming in. Absolutely amazing. So just before I head off down the steep path, I'll just swing you around just so you can see what I'm seeing. Well, what a perfect way to finish the hike. Absolutely fantastic. Like I said just when I was coming off the summit of White Coomb, all 4 seasons in one day. I've had blizzards, I've had wind, I've had rain, I've had you name it, wind, the whole lot. And now we're blessed with beautiful sunshine. So that was about 7.8 mile that. Plenty of ascent there with the 4 corbets. And I've got a couple of 100 yards just to get back down to the car now. I'm just going to soak up the last kind of 5 minutes here, just looking at Grey Mare's Tail in the beautiful sunshine. So this was an absolute blast being up in Scotland again. First of many Yonder Mountain adventures. Next one will be up in the Highlands, quite where, I don't know yet, but it'll be fantastic, and I'll bring you along with us. So until then, bye for now folks, I hope you enjoyed that one.